And Doug Podell is in the house. Doug!
Yeah.
Woo! How you doing, Doug?
I'm actually doing pretty well. I didn't know how I was going to react. Hey, the doggy.
Yeah, you didn't have to work today.
Yeah, I didn't have to get up and drive in the snow.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that
Except
is
for
interesting.
coming here, of course.
The first few days of being retired. Doug retired from WLLZ. Last week was Friday the last day?
Yeah, Friday was. It seems like a month ago now, too.
Did you go back and forth on that decision, or did you push it back a couple times, or how was it to get to that point?
No. I really hadn't planned on it at all until about the end of August after vacation. And I said, I think it's time. Just looking ahead, into the new year, so to speak. And I was going to turn 73, which I just did. And 50 years, you don't get a lot of extra points for 51 or 52.
No.
And you know what it was? When JJ retired.
That's interesting, because whenever anyone retires like you or JJ, I kind of go,
What?
When do I retire?
Well,
I mean, it crosses my mind every time somebody who's from,
Right.
our group, if I feel like, well, I guess I should be thinking about this too. It actually upsets me.
yeah, but he was from my generation. I mean,
I
know. He was my boss at W4, and it's very nostalgic, so to speak. So,
But I feel like next man standing when you guys retire.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Well, you retired from public life for
That's
a while,
true.
and then you came back out.
I did.
So
only on
this
occasions.
is kind of like retirement, though.
yeah.
Yeah, it is, but it's
Because people would say you got to go to the office, you got to participate, you got to be a part of the meetings and all of the sales and all that in order to be actually working.
This is playtime and work time.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun. I admit it is fun.
And
I
you
wouldn't
get
do it.
paid.
If I didn't want to do it, I would not do it. And you get paid. Yeah, that's true. So, Doug, what was your... I don't know what your first radio job was. It wasn't WLLZ, was it?
Oh, no, it was WABX, 1975.
How the fuck did you start in Detroit, Michigan, Doug? That's crazy.
I know. I was at WAYN, Wayne State University. I had only done about 8 months worth of radio there. And Chuck Santoni, who's a well-known DJ from that era, got a job. He was at WAYN, and he knew Ken Calvert, who was the program director at the time of WABX.
And it had the voice of God.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, even when I came to Detroit, people still were into those voices. And I remember hearing Calvert, because I was taking his position. It's like, oh, my God, the balls on that guy. Wow.
Yeah, we were kind of the generation without him,
Yeah, it's become a lot less important. I honestly think Steve Dahl was a big part of that.
Right,
When
yep.
Steve Dahl started putting up these monster numbers with that crazy voice.
Well, I worked with Steve Dahl at ABX.
Wow.
And then when I went to W4, I worked with him there because he had gone there. So I was doing the overnights. They said they needed one more guy in the overnight. And I took my tape down there on a Monday to the David Stott building downtown and dropped it off. And I called on Thursday. Nowadays, you stop and think, oh, man, you might get a call 4 months from now. I'm thinking I should have been called by now. What's going on?
Yeah.
So I call on Thursday and I go, yeah, Doug Podell, I dropped that tape off to Ken Calvert. Goes, yes, we've been trying to reach you for 4 days. He goes, you start Saturday.
Cool.
So that was it.
Wow.
So then how'd you get to LLZ? Did you go in, what position did you go into LLZ as?
Well, I came back to Detroit from Minneapolis.
Wait, Minneapolis. What?
Oh, yeah. So, well,
Do you know this part, Trudy?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, Trudy knows the story. She used to hear me, tell him at the office. But what happened, Drew, is I got Jim Johnson heard me on ABX, hired me to W4 for full time. So I was there from 76 to 1980.
What time were you on?
I was on from 10 to 2 and then 6 to 10.
Middays.
No, over the night.
Oh, overnights.
They
okay.
used to do 10 to 2 at night
Right.
And then I moved up to 6 to 10.
They did that at Riff when I first got there. Mark Addy was 10 to 2.
Those are still
And
the old school day
Steve,
parts.
the black guy, was on until we were on.
He was named Steve the Black Guy.
Steve the Black Guy. That's his last name. I cannot remember his last name, and I knew it for a long time. He was a great guy.
I think it was Steve Williams.
Yeah. Excellent guy.
Yeah.
So
I wonder what happened to him.
1980.
He was replaced by Nick Demos, who passed away
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
while we were at Riff, which
remember
was
that.
really weird.
That was very
That's
sad.
when I first got there.
Yeah, that's right.
I think he committed suicide, if I'm not mistaken.
That
I
sucks.
did not. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never even heard speculation. And you know what's interesting? I was just about to go, how did Nick die again? Because I remember it was very murky, and I never heard that.
Yeah, I think that's true.
We loved Nick. Everybody loved Nick.
Yeah, he's fun.
That makes I feel suddenly sadder about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible. He was a great guy, phenomenal guy, sweet guy, really, really nice guy.
But then how did you get to Minnesota from...
Well, in 1980, W4 went country. So I did about 30.
Oh, that's when Howard got run out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was there with Howard, and he left. Everybody left. John O'Leary left. Everybody left but me. I stayed for about 30 days because I was holding out for two things: food and a better job. So I told him, I said, yeah, I got to eat tomorrow, so give me the damn records, So I started playing country music. I was on there for about 30 days. They loved me. They moved me up to Afternoon Drive, wanted me to stay and everything else. But Lee Abrams, the big consultant, got me a gig at KQRS, which is a notorious, great radio
legendary
station.
letters.
I was the music director.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got
so cool.
I got a music director job. I was only there a year. Doubleday was our competitor, and they owned WLLZ in Detroit. And they came after me right away because what happened is that Wheels came into the market where ABX, Riff, and W4 were all rock stations.
Wow.
They shot right up the ladder in the ratings.
Ooh.
And then they came right back down. And the research said that they needed personality. And that's always been true here in Detroit, that radio stations sometimes aren't as popular as the personalities that are on them, so to speak. There was an article that came out they did about me in a Canadian magazine, and it said, Doug Podell, bigger than the call letters.
Ooh,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
hey.
that's
Cool. That's cool.
No, I mean, when you have some personalities dominating
Step back. Step
certain,
back a little.
certain
What was
day
that, what was
parts.
that drop you guys used to
Spread out. Spread out.
Oh, that was it. Yeah,
Ooh.
Some of it's coming back to me. It's been a while since we've all
True.
crossed over.
I know.
Used to
No, it's
come
fun.
in
It's
and,
fun. I was
have a
excited to
few
see
chats.
you.
Yeah.
Doug and I started immediately going over Beatles Abelia, and there's controversy already because Doug was telling me about somebody who was selling fake Lennon autographs, and I happen to have an Imagine cover, an Imagine album with John's signature on it. So when we're done, I'm going to pass it over to Doug live, and Doug will tell me what he thinks. I'm not sure it's the same guy that got busted, but he's in the same arena. I was very worried at first.
Well, I don't think I can authenticate it, but I'll take a look at it because I think I know what the fake ones were supposed to look like. So
What's it worth, Doug? So, okay, it's not only signed, it's got John's, he drew the face with the glasses on it, too.
Oh, he never did
So,
that.
yeah, that'd be worth about. If it's
It's
real,
worth more.
It's
It really
worth
is.
$12,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, boy.
This is like an Antiques Roadshow.
It
all
is.
of a sudden.
No,
Just broke out.
I thought it was worth like $8,000 or something. Okay, let's look at it now. What the hell?
Okay.
There you go, Doug.
Oh, now,
He wrote 76 below it, too.
yeah.
I wonder if we could find a 76 that he's written.
Personally, I've never seen John stretch his John into Lennon. It's always been separate.
Oh, boy. Well,
That would be my first take.
it's a great album, though. I've still got the album. I just have to take the big, expensive frame off it.
That's true. The frame right now at this point is more valuable.
It could be. Oh, no.
But,
But that's
that's not to say you really should. And I know somebody that can authenticate that, through Beckett. So
it was given to me, which was a little weird to start with because Mike and I did a remote in Ann Arbor it was Yoko's organization.
I worked with them too. I have giant things on my wall just like you, but I didn't get an autograph. But I remember you guys really did a number for him. But that is not the autograph that is in controversy.
Oh. So there are a couple of these?
That's very possible.
Whoa. Doug, look. He signed the names together there. The bottom one.
Okay.
You really want to make this happen.
But you got the J-O into the Lennon. You're still kind of missing the H.
Well, I just looked. I just looked at 4 signatures that were specified. Well, John's signature varies, and
I have to say,
I think you're right.
Still, to me, looks like John Lennon. Yours looks like Joe Lennon.
Maybe it is Joe Lennon.
No, mine looks like John Non. It's either John Non or Joe Lennon.
Oh.
But I could take a picture of it and send it to a few of my Beatle friends. There's one in particular who's on eBay.
Oh, whoa. What's that? That looks like Joe Lennon.
Joe Lennon?
The red one. The red one.
The red one?
Yeah. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but these are, you got to remember, these were signed in 1963. Really? Yours was signed in 1976.
Huh.
That one right there. Is that a fake? The red one?
This is great radio, by the way.
If only people could see the signature to see how shitty it is. I'll tell you what, the glasses look good. The glasses in the mouth.
Yeah, the glasses. That is cool. Right. I wish I could come.
And I looked up what that was.
Yeah, here's this one.
Somebody looked at it and told me, "Oh my God, he drew the glasses on there. That's worth more."
Yeah.
And I didn't know
no doubt
that.
about that.
I mean, I thought, well, that's really stupid, but okay. I don't want to sell it anyway.
No, okay.
I mean, I just want to throw it out if it's not his signature.
Oh.
I just don't want it. It's just stupid.
I'll take the frame.
Okay. It is a nice frame.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. Put a really expensive frame on a fake signature. Why not? Wow.
People would believe it more.
I remember being impressed by the frame. Actually, what a beautiful frame
It is.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's multiple.
But he gave it to me. That's the thing. It's like he wasn't. I mean,
Well,
you could look at it.
Here's one here that looks like yours.
You could look at that 2 ways. One, well, it's not really a signature, so I can give that away.
Let's look at the source here. Etsy.
Oh.
Doug, I was looking for anything to help me out.
I'm not exactly sure Etsy is going to have authenticated John Lennon merchandise. They would be the perfect place to dump bootlegs. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe I should sell it on Etsy.
Yeah, there you go.
Unauthenticated as is. You'll sell it as is, like a house that's got some problems.
Now, this is how mine looks.
J looks
With the
pretty
cross
that
J.
J looks pretty shaky to me. What kind of J is that, Trudy?
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing, though, Drew.
That's a fake, Doug.
He had, well, I had mine authenticated by one of the most prestigious authenticators for the Beatles. So you got it.
Well, if he authenticated that, I'm taking mine to him.
Well, you might want to. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm just
I know a
kidding.
guy.
No, I'm like.
See, John Lennon changed his autograph later in life. Yeah. He started out
with Joe Lennon.
With the J, with the cross J at the top. And then he went to the loop later.
It's unnerving to be around someone that knows more about the Beatles than I.
Honest to God, I knew this was going to happen too. I predicted it. All we need is Steve Costan, and this could just go on for hours.
Oh my God!
So then he went to WLLZ.
Yeah. So I want to get you to Cleveland. I know there's good stories in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
Now, LZ
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Was that long?
80 to 90. I was the promotions director, music director, and program director.
Oh, they saved money.
Not
on
all
you.
at the same time.
No.
Okay, you
in
moved
stages.
Up. Got it.
So when I first got there, there already was a music director, so they made me the promotions director. And then as that guy left, I became the music director. And then one day I'm walking down the hall after we had gone through about 6 different program directors. And general manager was very nice.
Who was the GM?
Mike Solid, a little Irish guy. And he put his arm around my shoulder and said, Doug, are you interested in being the programmer?
Oh, my God.
And I said, no, not really. I've seen what they have to go through, and I don't want to go through that.
Plus, I love this payola.
And he goes, no. And he goes, but there's a company car in it for you.
Oh, nice.
And I went, and I was driving a crappy Swinger.
Wait, the program director gets a company car?
A company car.
God, wow. I did miss the good old days.
I know.
So,
company car, that's really weird. I've never heard of that for program directors. Was that common at one time?
Yes.
It was?
It was
okay.
part of a contract.
Okay.
You know, you would get that and a cell phone, which was the size of this keyboard.
Yeah. I thought maybe being in the Motor City had something to do with that. Was that a Detroit thing, Big Three thing?
I don't know about that, but
well,
because they offered me a car in Cleveland, but I didn't need one.
Okay. So you took it in pay?
Yes.
Cool. So 10 years. So what? When I just knowing you're very consistent. I was just wondering what happened in 1990 because I feel like either you left or something just went askew because I wouldn't think
both.
you would have changed.
Kind of both. What happened is that I went for a job interview on the side to WMMS. Because WMMS,
The Buzzard.
the Buzzard, was
Cleveland.
like America's rock station.
Yeah. No, a legendary station.
I used to vacation in Cleveland to listen to it. To
I bet
buy
Sue loved
the
that.
T-shirts and stuff like that. Yeah,
I was vacationing in Cleveland back in the day.
Sue, we're going to Cleveland again.
that's right. That was it.
When the sky was yellow.
Was Kid Leo there? One of the most
Kid
famous
Leo was
afternoon
there. Yeah.
personalities in all of
Kid
radio.
Leo was there. Yeah,
Is
he
Kid
had
Le-
just left when I got there, but he was there when I used to vacation there. So I went to WMMS. I come back to Wheels. They call me, tell me they hired somebody else for $25,000 less. Young guy. I said, okay, no problem. I really didn't, I didn't really want to move. I didn't really want to leave Wheels. But it was WMMS, so I went to look. I went to kick the tires and see what it was like. And it wasn't all that it was built up to be. Quite frankly,
really?
When I got there. No.
Who was doing the morning show at MMS?
Jeff and Flash.
Jeff and
yeah.
Flash.
The
Remember
zoo.
those guys?
I know Jeff
the
and
morning
Flash.
zoo.
Yep.
I listened. I grew up on. The
And
Buzzard.
one of the things that they said to me was that, what do you think of the morning show? And I'm going, oh, man, these guys are rough. It's like the zoo,
Yeah, like a CHR, like a top 40 station.
Yeah, but they have no competition there, right?
Uh-huh.
So I got a call from Fred Jacobs. And Fred Jacobs says, I heard you were in Cleveland. I go, oh, really? And he goes, I have a station there, Classic Rock. I go, well, they didn't tell me that. They told me they had no competition.
Is that NSX, NCX?
And NCX. They were in 21st place.
Uh-huh.
And they really were no competition, right?
Cool.
He
Well, yeah,
said-
the Buzzard killed forever.
Well, it just had presence and like a legend.
Oh, yeah. It had everything. It had the logo, it had the bravado, and it had the power because they were playing current records, so they got every band that came through.
Was Kid Leo the music director?
Yes.
Okay. He's on Sirius now. He's on Sirius XM.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I've heard him on Sirius XM.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's
Well,
it's
Dave
funny 'cause
Wellington
I was like,
is,
wait, how-
Dave Wellington, right?
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
my
yeah, of
music
course.
director at Riff.
Yeah.
He runs the show there for programming for classic rock and new music, pretty much. So
What do you know which station that is, or for all the stations?
I think for all of them, yeah. I think for like the Bone and Ozzy and
Oh, cool.
But I had talked to him for a minute about
Is
possibly
that sounds like a cool gig.
about doing something. but
I knew you did.
I don't think I'm a serious voice though. Sirius XM style.
Mm-hmm.
I had talked to them, but nothing ever came out of it.
Wow, I'd love to work at Sirius XM.
Yeah, let's go get a
never,
job there.
ever had an opportunity or knew anybody, but that would be cool. I would
would be
think.
cool.
You could have your own channel.
I don't think so. Maybe
Like
now.
little Steven.
Maybe now that nobody's listening to the radio. No, I just didn't know anybody there, and Howard had that station, and that was, Bubba the Love Sponge and Jay Thomas, and they had a lot of, there was a lot of opportunity there, but I was just sort of in the wrong place, and I didn't know really who was running that anyway, but I didn't know Dave was doing that. Good for him. That's got to be a good gig.
So,
he's been there quite a while now, yeah.
So, so then Cleveland, you're in 21st place.
So I haven't gone there yet. So what happened is that Fred said, you might want to meet with these people. So I said, all right.
Shout out to Fred Jacobs, by the way.
Shout out. And I met with them. We put a deal together right there at the airport. They said, how much money do you want? I put a certain number down, and they said, done. And I went, oh God damn it.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
That's true. It's a true story. So anyway, that
reminds me, I got offered afternoon drive in Charlotte. I'd been in Roanoke, Virginia. This is why I was so pissed that you worked in Detroit first, because I started out in Blacksburg because I was in college there, and it was like, how are you going to get a job in a major market?
Right.
And then when I worked in Charlotte or Blacksburg, Christiansburg, and then in Collinsville, Virginia, and then back to Roanoke at WROV and AM, I was sending out tapes, and I thought I had a pretty good tape. I'd been doing mornings and had developed some stuff, and I sent tapes out, well over 200 tapes, and just couldn't get anything. Because people would say, you don't have any large market experience.
Yeah.
So this guy in Charlotte hired me, and I was so excited to get out to a market, at least that you could get to a big market from there. Because Charlotte was just getting an NBA team. It was like number 44 or something like that. But
Charlotte.
It was so difficult to escape small time that.
But you took on the hardest. You were doing mornings, right?
I was doing mornings.
That's a different road. I took overnights. You know what I mean?
That's true. But anyway, he said the job pays between this and this.
Yeah.
and then when I got there, it was like because it wasn't really finalized. He decided he wanted to hire me, and there was no way I wasn't going, and I think he knew that. And then when the offer came, it was the lowest number.
Yeah, of course.
Wait, I thought it was between this and this. It's like, well, no, we had to spend some money on some bill, so it's this. It's like, okay, I wasn't going to quit anyway. I wasn't going to fight about it.
Wow.
So
I was so happy. Actually, I thought if I have this job the rest of my life, I'll be so happy.
Really?
So,
it wasn't that much money, but it was a lot more than I was making.
I come back to the general manager at WLLZ. And I'm trying to, now I'm getting called in because the word's getting out, that I'm interviewing all over the place, and it's a violation of my contract.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what can they do? Fire you?
Now, so he didn't fire me, but I knew that I was going to be walking on eggshells. And
I should have upped your offer.
I just knew that the timing was right to make this move. They had talked about putting Howard on that station. They asked my opinion of it. And I said, you're going to need a nuclear bomb to actually beat WMMS. I said, what's the goal? And they go, the goal is to win. And I said, well, then let's go ahead. It took a while. It took some
how long
convincing.
When you were in there, how long did it take to get Howard on?
About a year and a half.
Oh, that long?
Yeah.
Why? He was available, right?
Well, there were factions that were against it.
Of course. Yeah.
So, and there were partners. And so I went with the owner of the radio station. And we went to New York. And we stayed in a hotel.
Ooh!
Yeah, we went to New York.
He gets all the perks.
Stayed in a hotel, and we listened to Howard the next morning, which was completely outrageous and something you'd never really heard in Detroit.
The funniest part of that story is that you had to go to New York to listen to him the next morning.
Yeah.
That's how it used to be.
Yep.
Geographically, go there.
And we made a deal with Howard, $1 million.
How quickly?
Pretty quickly, once we got the meeting, we went down there. Howard was really cordial.
He knew this was in the cards. You were already working on it.
Yeah, no, it was being worked on, and $1
million in 1990. Wow, that's some pretty nice money for being
Cleveland.
Right, that's a lot.
Being a 21st, radio station with no advertisement, they took a giant leap of faith.
Who owned NCX?
A company, I believe it was called Metroplex at the time.
I remember Metroplex. Yeah, I talked to one of their stations once.
I think so. So,
God, that's a lot of pressure though to pay him $1 million. I mean, you guys had to get advertisers.
And you knew going in, just from watching L.A. and Philadelphia, you were going to lose your sales staff. You were going to lose your general manager. You were going to lose some DJs. And you were going to really shake it up in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had
but everybody
TV
would be listening to your station.
Yes, and that's what happened. That's what happened.
How many books before Howard won?
Well, he beat Jeff and Flash in the first book.
Oh, damn.
And they were gone like that. They were gone. Yeah.
Oh, so who did they come? Who was the stern beater they brought in?
I don't even remember, quite frankly.
Automated.
That's hilarious.
So the radio station started just climbing the charts.
Wow, cool.
And we beat everybody. Everybody got fired. I even hired Ruby Cheeks from WMMS to come over to work for us. What I
Ruby
did was
Cheeks was at MMS?
Yeah.
Ruby, is female, right?
Yeah.
She was, when I left WAF in Boston, she did the morning show with Greg Hill.
Same girl. She was great. What a legend, and that's what I did. I put Michael Stanley, Michael Stanley Band.
Michael Stanley Band, sure.
Huge in Cleveland. So his father was a broadcaster. He was fantastic. So I built the radio station out. A lot of people put Howard on during syndication, and it got ratings in the morning, but it didn't get anything else all day.
Oh, right.
And they never really were successful, and they had a lot of upheaval because salespeople just didn't know how to sell it, and there was always controversy, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
when he's making fun of the Indian players in the boating
you had to have a
accident,
strong program director. You had to have a strong staff.
What was the parody song? Okay, the Cleveland, three Cleveland players were... Well, two of them died in the accident, didn't they?
No, one died.
One died.
Steve Olin was decapitated.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I woke up that morning to Popeye the Sailor Man parody of him being decapitated.
Oh my God.
Oh, Howard.
Wow.
So
did Howard forget he was on in Cleveland?
No.
Was Bob Ojeda in that accident?
Yeah, he was scalped.
He was scalped, that's right.
Yeah.
He went on to pitch in the major leagues for a long time after that.
Effectively. Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's amazing now to think that he survived that, because that is so shitty. That's so bad.
Well, what happened is that I let it go for a while because, that's what you do, right? I mean, you're the purveyor of freedom of speech. So, I let it go for a while. I got to my office early, and I'm just listening to this, and I can tell that this is going south and that we're going to lose every advertiser and everything. Okay. It was just becoming a nightmare. So I had a great producer who always communicated with Gary and all of the, minions there, and fed him a lot of information that kept us in the limelight of Cleveland.
Your job is to get him talking about Cleveland somehow.
Correct.
Right.
And he
did it. He did it.
He was great at it. Yeah. So I said, move over, because this is my job. And I hit the button.
Out.
I hit the button, and I played 18 minutes of commercials.
Sounds like the end of our show.
Oh, my God.
So then I took my finger off, and I heard some guy talking to Howard going, right now, they're blocking you in Cleveland right now. Howard, this is a travesty. They're blocking you. That Doug Podell, he's doing it, And I just hit the button and played another 15 minutes of commercial.
Oh, my God.
33 minutes.
And
wow. I wonder how that quarter hour did. Or that two quarter hours.
But I just felt that, and it had nothing to do. I mean, I was fine with him running that in other markets. I wasn't calling him up saying, I don't want you to not do this. How can you do this? I just knew that it wasn't good for me.
No, his audience in Philadelphia and L.A., he flushed out all the simps who couldn't take that. His audience probably laughed a lot at that, but in Cleveland, that's a little too close to home.
Honestly, I mean, it was funny.
I'm sure it was. I'd love to hear it.
Everything he did was funny.
No, he had a great show. He had a phenomenal show.
Especially back then, Drew. I mean, It was just electric, Stuttering John and Elephant Boy and Baba Booey. And, I used to bring them in for dinner. Have you ever had dinner with Elephant Boy? I mean, what an experience, man.
Oh, the whack packer.
Oh, yeah, the whack pack. I used to bring them in. They'd make money. I'd set them up in clubs, right? And you'd meet Howard's, crazy guys. And
right.
I would keep the hammer down on the weekend, of keeping the show alive, just like if it
that's a great call. So we're running out of time because we have to get to this other story, which is unfucking believable, that Sharon Moore is out as Michigan's coach, and we really don't know exactly what happened. I think we know.
I think the rumors are true.
It is true.
Well, when you read the statement that Ward put out, which is pretty. Oh, you want me to read it?
Yeah.
U of M football coach Sharon Moore has been terminated with cause effective immediately. Following a university investigation, credible evidence was found that Coach Moore engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. This conduct constitutes a clear violation of our university policy, and Michigan maintains a zero tolerance for such behavior. Biff Poggi has been appointed head football coach in an interim capacity effective immediately. Now, the rumor,
there you go.
I'll just tell you what the rumor was. The rumor was
I made the call.
he impregnated an intern. That was always the rumor, which is why you're going to see a bunch of Bill Clinton memes on Twitter and whatnot today.
Oh my God!
Wow. Is Sharon Moore married?
Oh yeah, and incredibly Christian.
Oh boy. Well, it's a good thing that this is the first shitty thing that Michigan scandal they've had in a while. So
exactly. I mean, this is the first real one.
What? This guy doesn't think at some point that this is going to come out.
I know. Well, Doug, not only that, we just saw Mel Tucker, who got fired for just rubbing one out, which my buddy said the Michigan difference, full penetration.
Wow.
I mean, but when that happens in his backyard, how is he not aware?
Go blue does not mean go blue balls.
Oh my God! I can imagine the celebrating for the Michigan State Weasels, because this was on Reddit about 2 weeks ago. Yep. And I went on Reddit, I'm reading, and I mean, the Michigan people are like, this is bullshit, this is some Michigan State slappy, blah, blah. I mean, people were so mad and screaming. They knew this wasn't true. And so
those people don't talk to other people around the Michigan program, though, because we've heard it pretty solidly from places, but you just don't believe it because it seems absurd.
But you've been hearing that just
people people that are in the know. And they tell you that, he was having an affair with an intern.
Okay, it's just funny the way the Michigan people circle the wagons and just go,
well, I don't think there's much defense for him because nobody really liked him as a coach.
Yeah, I thought they were still trying to put out that fire, though. I didn't.
Is he going to be a great dad, though?
Mark did not confide in me.
What do you mean? No,
I didn't know you thought it was true. I didn't know you thought it was.
Oh, I didn't think it was true until now.
Because he's one of them.
That's right. I remember now. Mark's big Michigan man.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know where you heard that from.
I forgot. I remember.
He's in the cult.
Well, let's see what the biggest Michigan fan has to say. Do you want to pull this up here, Roberto?
Just literally got out of the shower. Sharon Moore fired.
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
I feel like I know stuff. I don't know stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was getting another
Pause
year.
for a second.
Put a shirt on.
He just wants to be nude on Instagram like it's an emergency.
Do you think he took the shirt off pretending he got out of the shower?
No, he just got his hair wet, took his shirt off, and acted like he got out of the shower.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to speak. I'll just say this. And everybody better hear it loud and clear. Anybody who's part of this program, anybody who goes to this university, we don't play for 9-3 at Michigan. We don't play for 9-3.
Oh, that's why he got fired?
We play for national championships like we're doing in basketball. Number one team in the country. Clear favorite to win the whole thing. Like we did 2 years ago when we went undefeated, won the Big Ten, won the Rose Bowl.
I love the change of a topic.
Yeah.
Won the national.
It's a basketball school now.
And hockey.
Sloppy production, too, talking over lyrics.
I know.
Yeah, why is he playing
I talked
music
to Howard naked once.
Oh, really?
Wait, Howard was naked?
No, I was. I was in the shower, and he called, and Sue handed me the phone and goes, Howard needs to speak to you right away.
Oh, this is during the morning show.
Yeah.
Oh, what was going on?
He was coming for the funeral. And
the funeral. I'm glad you brought that
funeral.
up. Yeah, we need to get to the funeral. Do you think Dan will do it at 10 minutes later?
No.
No,
I can ask.
We need a few minutes.
I know. Yeah, I know he's tied up, but yeah.
Oh.
We can
Ask him if we can get 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Okay.
We need the funeral story.
Yeah, that's a big one.
There's video of Doug at the pre-funeral party. Did you know that?
Like at midnight or something. Yeah, I was there. I got there at midnight.
You were getting rid of buzzard bumper stickers.
Yeah.
And then go, and then the guys filming you go, turn that thing off, and you grab it. I'm like, yeah, that's Doug.
Oh, I didn't.
The first day Howard was on the air in Detroit, I was driving in. He was on an hour before us, or he was on at 5:30 maybe, and we started live at 6. And Howard was talking about our funeral.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, no, he was. He was saying,
Yeah.
we'll be having a funeral in Detroit with Drew and Mike and whatever.
Well, yeah, all the people from Cleveland came here and tried to kick our ass.
Yeah.
It's going to be a wild party.
Howard, what do you plan for tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning is going to be very big. It's going to be a big show to celebrate our #1 status in Cleveland. No one will rain on our parade because we are ready. We are ready to entertain Cleveland tomorrow. We have all the big stars coming. It should be wild. Even Elephant Boy is here.
The funeral party festivities take place tomorrow morning at Tiffany's in the Flats and will be broadcast live.
Doug, I think you're right after this here.
The country.
I gotta get Doug. I'll have a whole bunch more later.
There's Doug.
2:15 in the morning.
You gotta be playing some NCX.
Yeah, can you put turn the radio on?
Yeah.
Oh, they can't turn anything on now because the police won't allow that after 2 o'clock. 5:30.
Sound almost the same. That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. Crank it
now
up.
you gotta say something good so we go, yeah! So what do you think of old Lanigan?
Old Lanigan.
Old Lanigan doing the morning show?
One pissed off fucker.
I hope so.
We beat him, too. The one-eyed Cyclops with the Playboy bunny wife.
You better destroy that
That's
shit,
what Howard
man.
used to call him.
I don't want you people taking that stuff home for souvenir. I didn't spend $100,000 for the
people-
buzzer to pass out their paraphernalia here.
I'm not going to interrupt Doug. People are in line for the funeral for the buzzard. That's 2:15. There's a lot of people in
crazy.
line there. My
awesome.
God.
Well, we had 2 mechanical buzzards on each end of the stage, and they would rotate. And then when Howard came out, they shot blood into the audience. You know, red dye.
What?
And he cut the heads
Oh,
off,
my
and they
God.
would spew the red, and everybody's just drenching themselves in it. You know.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Damn.
So how was the show? The funeral show?
Oh, it was David Lee Roth, America. You know.
It's amazing David Lee Roth would give a fuck about a funeral in Cleveland
he
for another
loved
morning
Howard.
show.
Well, he
took
were
over
all
for
the
him.
wacky people that would be on the Howard show
Yeah,
all the time.
that's true. I didn't realize DLR was into it at that time.
Heidi Fleiss, right?
Yeah, Heidi Fleiss. Well, Sam Kinison and Jessica Hahn and all that.
Jessica Hahn, that's who it was.
Yeah. I remember listening to, because I was dating somebody who had lived in Philadelphia, and she had tapes of Howard, and Sam was arguing with Jessica on the air because Jessica claimed that Sam fell asleep when he was in her mouth. And I was like, wow, this is pretty wild. I mean,
I would not doubt
and
that.
Sam was furious. I think she said he shit his pants too.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was bad.
Well, this is a podcast, isn't it? This is a real I've been on a few podcasts. This is a real podcast.
Hell yeah.
It's a real thing.
Didn't the electricity get cut or something?
Well, the wire got cut. So we had,
who did that?
I'm not going to get into that.
Well, was it? It was the other radio station, correct?
Well, it was MMS.
Yeah.
And it was the engineer.
Right.
And I had undercover police everywhere because I knew the antics of the radio station and the people that work there. So I expected the unexpected, and as soon as he cut that wire and started walking towards the river to throw it into the lake, they took him down.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh my God.
And then, they had the cell phone with the call back to the person
Yeah.
who made the call to go ahead
Oh.
because they couldn't take it anymore. They just couldn't take it.
Oh, wow.
And
just humiliated them
and then
destroyed them.
And then it was like nightly news, the coverage of this person in court, and they would show him sitting in the jail cell. And I mean, every night.
That's funny.
This is on TV. So
wow.
But I was transitioning to Riff.
Right.
At the time, this whole trial was going on. So I finally called the general manager and I said, "You're not going to get the GM. You're not going to get the PD. They've got themselves covered." I said, "So you're not going to get the license. So you're only going to hurt the poor people who had to take orders."
Right.
So he let it go. And
how long after that did you come back to Riff, or come to Riff? First time.
I was there already.
Oh, you were. Oh. You were when that.
I was there while the trial was going on.
Oh, okay.
The trial.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, what was your start date at Riff?
95.
95. Okay, so you missed the Ted Nugent lawsuit, the Fun for Animals thing. That was before you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Okay.
What, with Riff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
I was thinking. I think that was there, but
no.
Cecil Fielder lawsuit. You were there for
No.
that? No. God, I thought he was.
I think he would have been. Yeah.
Maybe it was close.
Greg.
I don't remember.
No. It was way after that.
Oh, 'cause I was
anyway.
there.
Yeah. So you just wanted to get back to Detroit. Was that the deal, or was Riff just saying, "Doug, come back. We'll make it worth your while"?
I mean, we had done Howard now for about 4 years. Things are great. They offered me the general manager job to stay.
Wow.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Who?
But
I would never want that job. But
I didn't either.
I didn't think so.
And that wasn't me, of course. No, my relationship with Riff, it was like, oh my God. I even said to Tom Bender, I said, "You're sure you want me to come?" Because I was like their worst enemy, right? When I was at Wheels. I mean,
enemies can become friends so easily.
Well, that was my first kind of venture into that, where, I kind of learned the ropes a little bit. And Tom Bender, one of the greatest.
Yeah.
No, Tom's great.
Solid.
Everybody loves Tom.
I wanted to work for him. They offered me a great position, and I was supposed to bring Howard there.
Oh.
What?
He's going to stab us in the back.
That's pretty weird.
That was the original plan.
Well, we were number one at the time, so I think we could have got a job. I think we could have got a good job.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly noticed that. But we sat around in a big room for many days discussing exactly which way to go. And your friend, Fred Jacobs, said, "Wouldn't it be great if we could, take these guys and mold them into exactly what we're looking for?"
Did you
But
feel
we were already
Did you feel molded?
No, we were already had a mold.
No,
we were who we
you
were.
Playing 101 minutes of music at
No,
9
we weren't.
o'clock.
No, we weren't. We were. Well, 9 o'clock we might have been playing music, but we were not. We weren't. We were talking from. I can't remember the exact. I couldn't give you the date, but when we took off in spring of 94, we weren't playing much music because when the station was for sale, we started dropping a lot of music.
Okay.
But I mean, the thing about Howard is Howard does one thing, and Howard doesn't do sports. For example, when Howard came on in Detroit, we were in the middle of Stanley Cup.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right.
We had Darren McCarty.
That was exactly the key that kept you there. Was your knowledge and your ability to do all the other things, and then have that local sports angle and make all of this Detroit and not some syndicated thing, which at this point, Howard was on his 52nd station. So the bit had been done. It was out. You know what I mean?
Like it's funny, a lot of people, it seems like will make a big deal of the fact that we beat Howard Stern. And I always kind of feel like other people beat Howard Stern. We were not the only people that beat Howard Stern.
Not many.
No, that's true. But it also has a lot to do with Detroit. And Detroit's very Detroit-centric. And
well, the people who delivered Howard in Detroit didn't do it properly. They started with the attacks, which they thought were going to work right away against Arthur and myself and you. And it didn't work. It is a different,
yeah.
and Josh is kind of finding that out a little bit right now. Josh Innes on WLLZ, where he got a little bit of blowback for pushing some people around. Now, I personally think it was okay. I told him I thought he had pushed just enough buttons to get some noise going. You know
That's
what I
good.
mean?
That's
you got to be.
that's
You got to be careful. But
you don't want to do that stuff too soon, but you don't want to wait forever either.
Also,
they were bloody though to Arthur and
Mike was funnier than hell.
Oh, yeah, Mike was really coming
like
into his own.
Mike was like a conglomeration of all those other minions for Howard, but he was actually funnier. And then
Mike had never done radio either before that. So Mike
had hired Mike, at WLLZ. He was
with
Sean
Jim
and Lance.
Yeah. He didn't
Sean and Lance, right? He used to talk to himself,
Yeah.
and it used to blow my mind. He's playing two characters and talking to himself in real time and sounding like it's two people. So
he was really good at that, and he never learned the shitty radio habits that most people do. That you can't do this or you can't do that because he's just kind of thrown in.
Yeah.
I think it was a little weird at first when he was becoming Mike Clark, but he got it. He got it pretty quickly.
Well, and then a lot of people were very respectful of Trudi in the fact that she could sit between you two and not sue the radio station. They thought this was, the greatest thing. We have a woman who gets it.
Who can hang?
Yeah.
Who can hang, who understands, and who is contributing.
Well, these females that they're like, stop!
Oh, well.
Oh, Doug, that's terrible. I mean, those are just the biggest wet blankets on morning shows. I
met them all.
I remember one of the first things I brought in that contributed to the boners and fart culture of our show was Lepetamain, the French guy. I'd read somewhere about Lepetamain, who was a fartiste. And I remember doing a story about that.
That was before we knew Mr. Methane, wasn't it?
It was before.
Yeah.
People still talk to me about Mr. Methane.
Yeah. He's still out there.
We brought him in.
That was before Tate even, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was.
But I really thought that was so novel and funny, and I wasn't trying to
a great
be
story.
any way or
the
other.
lesbian hot tub worked too.
Yeah. The toe sucking.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, was that guy excited? Holy shit.
Trudy news.
Yeah, Trudy, this guy wanted to suck Trudy's toes, and he did.
That's like I can't believe that happened. Plus, also the kissing a girl.
Oh yeah, that was hot.
Dr. Dirty, right?
Yeah, forgot about that. And then we had John Bobbitt came in. That was probably right before you were there, I think.
No, I was there.
Were you there about? Okay.
Oh yeah, no,
that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And Bobbitt was in the headlines. I mean,
every day.
Everything. Yeah, and
we
still talk to him, Doug.
I know.
We talked to him a year ago, I think.
Yeah.
Was it a year ago or so?
Yeah, about.
He's still a question behind at all times.
He showed it to me.
He's like in delay.
Oh, yeah, Trudy saw his dick. Well, we encouraged him to show it to her.
I did show everybody.
Of course you did.
It was just like an oddity, and I was like, oh, okay. This
I know.
is scientific.
Listen, I used to have a meeting originally about you guys every week, okay? And I kept being told, you need to install the button, and have the button under my desk so that at any time you went too far, and I'm thinking, is farting on the air illegal? Because there was really no precedent for it.
I think Mike, that was broken ground, wasn't it, by Mike?
Hell yes,
Yeah,
it was.
it was.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And so I remember calling Trudy and going, are you okay with all this? There were other people in the building that would not have been okay with that.
No, Doug tolerated. I think Doug knew what was working, and a lot of people would have said, no, or taken complaint calls and said, oh my God, I'm getting swamped. You guys are killing me. But I think you knew because you'd worked with Howard.
Right.
And I think you knew anyway.
Right.
Because you wanted Howard.
Well, no,
when you were in Cleveland, you were happy to have Howard.
I was happy to have Howard there, but I want to win. Okay, so I'm going with the best team possible to get me there. Yeah. And you guys were, it was like having your own Howard in Detroit.
Yeah, it was a good run.
And you know what? It wasn't really built that way. it wasn't really, laid out on paper that way.
It just
happened.
happened.
You guys just made it happen that way. The chemistry could not have been better. Yeah. And you had good producers.
Yeah,
Obviously, Mark was great. Mike was great. But it was the first guy, Rob.
Rob was good too. Yeah,
if we wouldn't have had Rob, there might not have been a rocket ship at first. He put a lot of fuel in that first stage. Of course, he flamed out.
Let's not give the producer too much credit.
He flamed out. But he gave you guys that gray area.
Rob was great, though. Rob went to, what market did Rob go to? Terre Haute, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I actually kind of thought Rob would do fine there. And I don't know I really don't know what happened.
No. But, they tried to become you.
Well, yeah.
And that doesn't work in Terre Haute.
No,
I don't think.
People always think
somebody's farting on the microphone.
When there's a morning show that's winning, people always think it's that guy. He's the key. And they get that one guy away, and then you sit him in another studio. And it's like he doesn't have all the other guys who are left behind. Yeah. And no, we did it's like we had a procession of people, and they all either fit in or found a way to fit in.
Yep.
Because Bentley came along and he fit in too. He was an intern for many years. We got to run because we have to get to Dan Wetzel. But Doug, congratulations!
Hey, thank you.
That's cool.
It was a long. I texted you. I said, "Oh God, it was a long winning streak." I mean, it really was. That was between Cleveland and Riff and CSX.
That's another story.
Yeah, I know,
for
that's another
day.
story.
Yeah. But we had 18 years of number one.
That's amazing. It was quite a run.
He's got a gig coming up. Did you want to
plug your
hit
thing
that real quick?
Oh, okay. March 15th. I'm going to be doing some record shows. Everybody's asking me, what are you going to do? So I've got the East Side Record Show at the Elks Club at 10 Mile and Shaner. And we're having a WABX second generation jock reunion. So it's me, Costan, Greg St. James, Todd Fowler, Michael Mayer.
Werby.
Michael Mayer. Love Michael.
I'm bringing Werby in because he's a legend.
Hell yeah.
And
Peter lives just down the street.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Walks his dog occasionally.
And Al Wilson, who was our original general manager at ABX.
Well, I got something to talk to you about, too. I might have a business opportunity for you, Doug. So we'll be in touch, and we'll plug this when it gets close.
Okay.
So, we've got our Michigan exclusive here. Thank you so much, Doug. Congratulations.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's good to see you all again, too. Yeah, good to see you.
We'll see. I'm going to see you soon.
Think of all the talking about the Beatles you're going to have tomorrow with Doug.
Oh,
You're the two guys on Earth who know more about the Beatles than
I won't bring
else.
it up. There's too much Doug to talk about. Doug, 50 years. I didn't realize 75 seems... How old was he in 75? I guess he's 8 years older than me, I believe. So that means he would have been 23, 24.
He even did like a couple beyond 50.
See, I can't... That's right.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that he was on the radio in Detroit when he was 23 years old. It's
I know.
What? I started in Blacksburg, Virginia. I never dreamed of being in a market like Detroit at, my next job. Yeah. I had to work in Collinsville, Virginia. That was where it was a daytime only. Had to turn the transmitter off. At sundown, you had to turn the transmitter off. And then to WVVV in Blacksburg, which was a 5,000-watt FM. And then you had to work on the AM. I had to be live on the AM and automation on the FM. So if thunder came, the automation would get fucked up. And you're live and you'd be scrambling like hell. You'd have to record new intros during the song while you were live on the AM. It was it was horrible. It was a nightmare.
Was that the college station?
No, that was a commercial station, WVVV and WJJJ, Triple J 1260. But that was we learned a lot there because it was really the first big commercial job I had, even though I paid $113 a week, and I was 2 years out of college, which is pretty grim. And I had a Chevette, which had no glove box because it was an absolute bottom-of-the-line Chevette with nothing. And eventually we took the FM live without telling the people upstairs. Uh-huh. We started going live on the FM.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Because fuck the AM. The AM made all the money, though. That was a weird thing. What would you do? This is ridiculous. That's stereo sound. Why are you selling the AM so hard?
They're so twisted.
But they had Louis Canode on the AM, and he was on from I think it was 3:55 till 6 o'clock for the farmers and stuff.
Oh, right.
And he would back time into ABC News at 57:30.
Oh, what a pro.
No, he wasn't at all.
Oh.
He put on a song like 57:15, and it would never back time, and you'd hear Doug Limerick, ABC News, and it'd be right in the chorus of the song, like the first chorus. Lewis was clueless, but he'd just go, "Yeah, them rock and roll boys are coming in now. See you tomorrow." And Lewis sold swap shops. He sold all the stuff. He sold a ton of advertising. So Lewis was God.
Wait, he did his own show and he sold his own show?
Yep.
Wow.
Sold it all over. He sold businesses, but also a lot of kind of shady stuff that you wouldn't think would make the errors. And he did swap shop on the air. He did.
He did. Was it any good?
Good bit.
It was very entertaining. I loved it. We would call each other when Swap Shop was on, like, "Oh my God, Swap Shop's on!" It was almost like calling when Stuttering John is going now. And then on to Roanoke 1240 WRV, and WRV was a very good station. It had very good people. It was it had been like a 30 share station in the AM heyday that was trying to hang on to a 10 share. So it was sad working there. People go, "Oh my God, we used to have a 30 share." And you knew you were never going to get back because FM had come along. But it was a good station, had good people. FM. And Steve McFarland in the morning had come home because his father was ill. And he had worked in San Francisco and New Orleans, so I was hearing about the big markets. Here's what it's like in the big time. So then started sending the tapes out. Got to Charlotte, escaped Roanoke, but it took a long time.
Oh, man, those are some stepping stones.
How the fuck Podell landed in Detroit at 23. Jesus.
You got to love his collection of pictures from back then.
Oh, he brought his pictures in?
No, he has been posting pictures of himself from back then. He is
on Twitter?
He has a really good sort of like collection of himself, his career trajectory.
Oh, so it's all about him
on the air. Some of his clothes, I mean, if you think about what you were wearing back then, Doug actually has.
You know what we need to do is find some clips of his video show.
Yes.
Because the video show's funny. He's got like Elton John hair. He's got curly hair.
Yeah.
And
and the big glasses.
He looks pretty hip for 19... I don't know. Like I said, it was 1980 or 81.
I think
but
so.
They had, I said, a local video show in Detroit that did music videos here.
Yeah.
That's weird because Boston did that too on Channel 66, and Bob and Zip used to do that.
Columbus did it too.
Before I got there. Yeah. Oh, were you guys on the video station?
I think I did one show. I didn't like it. I wasn't comfortable in the format.
Is that right? Well,
I don't know.
Glad they could find something comfortable for you.
I was comfortable with radio.
I know. No,
TV is a whole different thing.
I never wanted to be.
And the budget wasn't very, very high for it, so it looked.
Yes. Yeah, they didn't make much money at V66. I remember Zip told me they made money, but he and Bob didn't make any money.
Wow.
Which is pretty typical.
Hard to believe. Yeah.
So it's Old Radio Week with Podell's retirement. How many jobs did you have to have before you were at WLVQ Columbus?
I worked on the air while I was in college at WFAL and WBGU. And then I went to IoT after that.
Oh, you went to IoT right from Bowling Green?
Yeah, kind of. Well, I'd done TV.
How'd you do that?
I did a little like internship at WTOL Channel 11, and upstairs.
I thought you didn't like TV.
I know I didn't, but upstairs was IoT, and so I knew some of those people from coming and going. And then they lost Jane Perry, who was doing the news, and they're like, what do you think? Do you want to come up and see what it's like? And I did, and I got the job.
How'd you get Toledo your first job? It's a top 100 market.
It's not that big.
On the radio.
And were Pat and Wags at WLVQ when you got there?
And then a couple of years later, went to Columbus, and it was the Pat and Wags and me show for 7 years at WLVQ.
Oh, 7 years.
Yeah.
God, that's a long time. So, Pat's still the bane of my existence. When I was trying to get out of... Charlotte, was it? Now I can't remember.
And
what years did Pat and Wags work at WRAF? Because they had the morning show at WRAF.
Oh,
is that late 80s?
I think so. I kind of blocked it because they had to bring in sort of a parade.
Oh, when David Lawrence came in? David Lawrence.
They brought in a parade of replacement clowns on the show. And you know how it is when you've worked.
Do they audition people or just hire people?
I think they just hired people.
Okay.
And like, oh, here's the new guy. And the thing that I didn't like about David Lawrence is he came in and he had his own cyclorama for when he went out on
Right. Yeah,
on
he had like a
appearances.
stage. He had like a little fold-out thing, staging thing for his remotes.
Yes.
Yeah, David Lawrence I knew from the American Comedy Network because he submitted stuff there, and so did Bob and Zip, and so did we later on. But Zip and I were sending out tapes from WAAF because they'd been purchased, and the new
Owners
management
were gonna flip it.
was weird.
Yeah.
This consultant came in and was running it locally and was beating the shit out of everyone but us. He wasn't bothering us. Everyone else had to talk to him after their show, like for fine. He'd go, "This sucked, that sucked, this sucked, that sucked."
Power trip.
And that's actually a great story because Bob Goodell, who was a general sales manager and would go on to, I think he owns a couple stations, really good guy. Bob had started WAF as the WAF Giraffe. He was like the mascot. And he'd worked his way up. He just kept working at WAF, and WLVQ was the AM. Was it LVQ? They had some good people, too.
That wasn't
One
LVQ.
of whom
He
was
close.
married with 3 children and was discovered that he had a child out of wedlock like 20 years after it happened. Oh, wow, that sucked.
Slipped through.
Yeah, it was a big surprise.
Oh, he's a regional vice president of Cumulus Media now.
Yeah, Bob is a great guy. And Bob got on a plane and flew to Cleveland to meet with the new ownership without an appointment.
Wow.
And told him that...
Just like Mo.
Yeah, just like Mo. That's right. Except Mo's meeting didn't go as well with Uber. And he told him that this is a great station and has a lot of great people and really like working there. And since you purchased it, no one wants to be there anymore. And people are trying to get out because this person and this person. And he flew into Boston like 2 days later. And this person and this person, bye, see ya.
Really?
Yep. And they continued on until they were bought by Christian Radio about 5 years ago.
Yeah. I remember AAF when I worked in Boston.
Yeah.
That was cool.
You were Z93, right?
ZOU.
ZOU.
Yeah.
It's not Z93 or Z94?
I can't even remember where it was on the
I thought it was 93.3. But anyway, we were trying to apply, and we had tapes out, and they were getting great response. And LVQ was one of the places, and they said, oh, sorry, Pat and Wags blew up at WRF, and Wags is coming back, so we don't need you. And they were really like, yeah, I think this could work out. And we thought, that's great. So the other job was KZAP in Sacramento.
Right.
And it was like, oh, this guy, Pat still just became available from WRIF in Detroit. So we got to take this big market guy. See ya.
Oh, my God.
I know. We got fucked 2 jobs by one guy because he wasn't playing commercials at WRIF. He was missing full stop sets, like 6 commercials at a time.
He thought he was helping.
And they were being marked as played.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and there was the traffic manager who was driving in and noticed the spots weren't getting paid.
Was it?
Yeah, I think
kidding.
she busted him. Yeah.
So did Wags not want to work with Pat due to that muck up?
I think Pat wouldn't have been brought back.
Oh, at LVQ?
I don't know if they wanted it.
Oh, was Wags the preferred partner?
I think that they brought Wags back without Pat.
Or was Pat just kind of slimy?
Maybe Pat just wanted to go, like get away from everything.
Because Pat otherwise was a great guy. Because I remember when he hired you to work in Sacramento, and you used to go in the back door because he paid you out of his pocket, and no one in the office even knew you worked there. It was weird.
But the super...
I still want more about this story.
The weird... I mean, it was... He just totally hoodwinked me that I had a job there.
He was the PD, right?
Yeah.
And he hired you.
Yeah, and I didn't have any reason to doubt except that I began to realize that I wasn't supposed to be seen by management or pretend I was just interning or some of those things.
So he was paying you out of his pocket.
He gave us when we came, he gave us swag like jackets and all kinds of music and stuff like that. Probably stuff that he had from being a program director.
But did you know?
He gave us all kind of swag and.
Did you know that you were hired by Pat and Pat only?
I did not.
Okay, so did you think it was weird when he went to work and oh yeah, okay, I got to go to HR and fill out this and fill out that and fill out this and fill out that. Where's all the paperwork?
It was weird because I did meet with the guy, but I wasn't, he goes, just, don't say anything. Keep this on the down low about, that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know.
Possibly the weirdest job ever. An on-air person that they're pretending doesn't work there. Well, that's pretty hard to hide.
Well, here's the thing, though. There was another consultant involved with it in this who, was like, oh, yeah, it's legit. And if it hadn't been for him,
could this be Dwight Douglas?
No, it was, do you remember Johnson.
I don't know why we would hide this person's name for doing this terrible
Johnson.
thing. I don't know who that is.
He was he was kind of like a hot.
Yeah. You trusted him because he was hot?
I think it was partially that, and partially that he wasn't like with the company, so he vouched for what Pat said, and that's why I believed it in part.
And Pat, that motherfucker, he's really good, I guess.
Yeah,
he's good enough on the air that he keeps he's been at Sacramento for like 30 years.
Giles?
Yeah, I know.
I wonder if
just found his market.
Can you Google Pat Still and see if he's still on the air?
Oh, he definitely. It's last time we.
I just thought he might have retired.
Oh,
I know he's older than I am.
Is he?
Really?
According to AI, Pat Still is a long-running radio host in Sacramento, California.
Still doing it.
Known for his decades-long partnership with Tim Maley on 105.1 KNCI.
Yeah, country, right?
New Country 105.1.
I don't know how someone doing rock goes into the country format. Not
me either.
That I think there's anything wrong with country, but I don't think you can work rock without loving rock. But apparently somebody did.
Well, I just think he could do anything. He was very charming. Let's put it that way. Yeah, that was part of it.
Charm Trudy into walking in the back door every day and hiding.
I know it was super ridiculous. Now, well,
it's a funny story. I wish you would remember more about it.
I moved everyone out there too. And
yeah,
so
you had a child.
Holy crap!
And a husband.
Yes. Joey was one, and it's like, oh shit.
Zoobs.
Now what?
Helpless and selfish 1-year-old. Oh my God! Yeah, that must have been a big bummer when that blew up.
Yeah. But you know what? I got
a
job across town.
Did Pat come up and go, you know what, for the next couple of days, let's try just not coming in. And you'll not come in, and we'll still pretend you don't work here.
And he still wrote checks. He still paid me. And
well,
at that point, I complained back to the company, which was originated in Columbus.
You told on Pat?
I told on Pat. And they gave me a little bit of money, and it tided me over, and then I got the job at
the weirdest story.
KSEG.
I'm a tattletale.
So,
yeah, I don't. You know what? I don't even think there's any reason for secrecy anymore because all these people are like
cares?
over.
Yeah,